We're going to begin the service for Miss Linda Krinsky in just a moment. If you have any noise-making device, I ask that you please turn it in the off position. Officiating today's service, Rabbi Tzvi Zimmerman.
We're here to mourn Linda Krinsky, loving sister of Dr. Tzvi Harlan Krinsky and Andrea, Stephen Krinsky and Sarah Malka and Erwin Krinsky, a devoted aunt to many nieces, nephews, great-nieces, and great-nephews, the dear daughter of the late Joyce and Warren Krinsky. The first thing we'll do is we'll read a psalm. It's the first one, Ashrei Ish, followed by Michtam LeDavid, Psalm 16. Ashrei Ish, asher lo holach ba'atzis Rishayim, u'derech hatoim lo omad, u'v'moshev leitzim lo yoshav, ki im besoras Adonai chefso, u'v'soroso yege yamon v'layla, v'yake'etz shaso al palgei mayim asher piryo yitem b'yito v'aleu lo yibol, chol asher yaseh yatzliach, lo chen Rishayim, ki in kamotz asher tidvenu ruach, Akein lo yakum Rishayim b'mishpat v'chatoim b'das tzadikim, ki yodea Adonai derech tzadikim v'derech Rishayim toved. Happy is the one who doesn't go in the ways of the evil people, in the ways of the sinners. He never stands. He doesn't sit among the scoffers. He only desires the laws of God, and in his Torah, in his laws, the good laws, he speaks of day and night. As a tree that sits on tranquil waters, who gives its fruit in its proper time, its leaves never withering, everything he does, he is successful. Not so by those who are evil. They are like the chaff that is pushed away by the wind. Therefore, the evil people will not stand up when it comes to judgment. Sinners among the company of the righteous. Because God knows the ways of the righteous, and the ways of those who are evil will since be destroyed. Because today is a day during the month of Nisan where we don't say Tachnun, it's officially not a sad day. Instead of the memorial prayer, we say Psalm 16, Michtam LeDavid. Michtam LeDavid, Shamreni El ki chasisi vach, Amart l'Adonai Adonayato, Tovasi balalecha, L'kdoshim asher ba'aratzim v'adiri kochav tzibam, Yirbu atzvosam, Acher maharu, Balasich niskei midam, Uvalas al shmosam al sfosoi, Adonai minas chalki v'chosia tatom lich garali, Chavalim nafluli bani imim apnachalos shofra alai, Avarechas Adonai asher yatzani afleilos yisuruni chil yosoi, Shivisi Adonai lenegdi samid ki mimini balamot, Lachein samach libi vayagol kvod yaf besari yishkon levetach, ki lo sazov nafshi lish'ol, lo sitein chatzidich aliros shachas, todieni orach chayim sovas machos es panecha ni'imos biminecha netzach. Michtam, a song for David. Guard me, God, for in you I have taken refuge. You have said to the Lord, you are my Lord, I have no good beyond you. As for the holy ones who are in the earth, and the mighty, in whom is all my desire. Their sorrows will multiply, those that run to other gods, their blood libations will I not pour out, nor take their names upon my lips. The Lord is my allotted portion, and my share you sustain my fate. Portions have fallen to me in pleasant pasture. Lovely indeed is my estate. I will bless the Lord who has given me counsel. My conscience admonishes me at night. I set the Lord before me always, because God is at my right hand. I shall not falter. Therefore my heart rejoices, my entire being exults. Also, my body will rest secure, for you will not abandon me to the grave, nor will you let your devout one see destruction. You will make known to me the path of life. In your presence is fullness of joy. There is delight at your right hand for eternity. There's a verse in the Torah, in Parshas Shmos. We just finished Passover. We speak about our exit from Egypt. When the Jews first came down to Egypt, and Moses was told that it was time for them to leave, Moses asked a strange question. He says, what name should I tell the Jews is coming to get them? What name? And God tells him a name, Ehyeh, a strange name, I will be. And afterward he says words that seem strange. Zeh shmi le'olam, he says. This is my name forever. V'zeh zichri l'dor dor. This is my memory for all generations. For this reason, we never pronounce the ineffable four-letter name of God. The Yud, then the Hey, and the Vav, and the Hey. It's not pronounced the way that it's spelled. We pronounce it as Adonai, Aleph Daled Nun Yud, my master. My name is Le'olam, forever. But at the same time, there's a vav missing, a little letter missing to say Le'olam, hidden. That God is hidden from us. But there's an idea that I think can be applied in this situation. Zeshmi Le'olam. My name is quite hidden. So many times we ask this question, where are our actions in this world? Where are the results of our actions? How do we know who really is a tzaddik, a good person, and who is a rasha, an evil person, chas v'shalom? Where do we see such things? Our names are hidden. Our actions are not known. The only one who truly knows us, who truly knows what we've done, what we've been through, what we've been able to accomplish, is God and God alone. We might look at someone and think that they're this or they're that. We might see people we think are righteous, and God knows the truth. We might see people and think that they're not, and truly they are. Our job is zichrecha ledor vador, that your memory should be remembered for all future generations. That as time goes on and people forget the greatness of people in this world, our job is to keep saying more and more about the nifter, about someone who passed away, to make sure that their memory is known for all generations. I'd like to ask any of the brothers would like to say something about the deceased. Erwin Krinsky.
So I was just told that you don't really eulogize in Nissan, but this won't be the first time that Linda and I deviate a little bit from the rules. The family folklore is that there were three of us brothers, Zvi, Stephen, and myself. And my parents didn't necessarily want a larger family, but my mother in particular wanted to have a girl. So they decided to try one more time, have one more child, see if they could have a girl. Of course, that was Linda. And Linda then made our family complete in more ways than one. Not quite sure how different our life was because there was a girl in the house, but I'm sure it was different. I know that growing up, this is back in the days of landline, we had one phone number for the family until my sister became a teenager. And then we had to have two phone lines, which nowadays is not so remarkable, but back in the day it was a little different. Our mother passed away at a very early age. Linda was 5 or 6 at the time. And back then, I'm sure I didn't appreciate how hard this must have been on Linda in particular, being the youngest. In retrospect, it's pretty clear that it had to have a profound effect on her entire life. Fortunately, my father remarried after a while. Wonderful lady named Ruth. And I think Linda bonded with Ruth much more than maybe the rest of us did in an earlier age. And with her family, I was talking to one of our nieces on that side, Deborah, yesterday, and she told me how they used to hang out. Because even though Linda and her were aunt and niece, we were the same age as Ruth's grandchildren, not her children. And Debbie and Linda were particularly close in age and became fast friends. She tried to get here today, she told me, but be here tomorrow. Linda was a little bit different from us. One thing I remember, she was the first one to travel Europe during an off summer. She studied psychology, eventually got a master's, and her career was helping people that were less fortunate than herself, people with real problems. She worked for a variety of nonprofits that didn't pay well and didn't have steady funding, and it caused her problems for all of her professional career, really. I recall once visiting her at work, and she showed me around, introduced me to people and all this, and it was very nice. Afterwards, we went out with either friends or coworkers or whatever. And I remember mentioning to her, it was a nice evening, but I mentioned to her afterwards that, boy, a lot of your friends smoke. And she said, yeah, all of her friends smoked. And at that time, she might have even smoked, although she gave it up many, many years ago. And I remember thinking, well, none of my friends smoked. And I realized, how we lived in different worlds. I also realized how our family sometimes lives in different worlds. We range the spectrum in, say, in terms of religiosity, in terms of politics. Linda was firmly on the left-wing side of things. Many of the others are way far to the right. We have a lot of other differences. In our talks, sometimes Linda would give them psychology terms to me about some of the different members. But I think the lesson there is that that's what happens in families, that there are all these differences. But the fact that you are family overcomes these things. And that was never a problem for Linda. She was very devoted to the family for her entire life. One decision that she made in life that some of the rest of us found a little bit troubling was the fact that she moved to McHenry. And while she had a very nice place up there, and she had her pets, there were places to walk with them and stuff, and I'm sure there were a lot of reasons that she had for moving. But it was difficult that it became quite a schlep for her to come back and visit. And it had to be planned in advance. And when you live that far, you don't just stop in to see if somebody's home or not. Still, we have, I don't even know how many nephews and nieces, besides the three of us brothers. And now they have spouses and kids of their own. And so there have been plenty of births and bar and bat mitzvahs, weddings, and another round of births that we're in now. And Linda always managed, no matter where these were, in town or out of town, to make it for everything. One particular custom that we had was on Passover, where we did one Seder at one brother's, and the next night at the other brother's. And that streak went on for a long time, so COVID had to stop that last year. But even this year, I understand that she planned on going again. COVID was a little bit difficult for Linda. Just by virtue of living so far out, she was a little bit isolated. And because she was trying to be strict about limiting her exposure, made her even a little bit more isolated in her last year. There were exceptions, most notably to go to Alistair's wedding. When I was growing up, there was a tremendous brother-sister bond. Sorry. Yeah, I was trying to say that growing up, my father and my Aunt Rochelle always seemed to have the closest brother-sister bond that I've ever seen of anybody. And Linda and I had a very close bond, but because of distance, because we had different lifestyles, I think it wasn't quite the same. For many, many years now, we used to talk once a week, almost always on Sunday night. And these talks, if you were to listen to them, you would probably be bored out of your mind. They weren't all that interesting, very mundane things. A lot of things about others in the family. Linda, she came to absolutely hate Facebook, but she kept her Facebook account just because there were so many of the the younger generation of the family that were on it. And she wanted to keep tabs of what was going on. And she would then tell me because I'm not on any of that stuff. That's how I find out about a birth or an engagement or whatever is going on in the family. And this main hobby was really that she had some pets that she loved dearly. Fortunately, the last of them died within the last year, and she was waiting until after things cleared up to get a new pet. That's why I worry about how the last year went for her. We're not a touchy-feely type of family with lots of hugs and I love yous and all of this sort of thing. And so that's not really the way our phone calls ended. It was just talk to you next week type of thing. And so I hope, or let me say, I have confidence that she knew she was loved. But I wish I could say that I had more certainty that she absolutely knew how many people loved her, how important she was to everybody's life. I guess in a few minutes, she's going to be laid to rest next to our mom, which was very important to her. And I'm sure it's important to our mom also. And so things have come full circle in that way. Just want to say, so Linda, I love you. I miss you. And the same is true for many, many others here and those who couldn't make it so quickly. That's it. Thank you.
those of you who want to participate in this area, you have two options. You have a shovel over here, you can use your gloves, or you can use a small cup. Take some measures of earth and place it in the grave, and then this is garbage. Go on either side. Also use your hands. If you're just using gloves, you just put the earth with your hands.
Again, because before the Shemisa,
Shiva will be at 7 o'clock p.m. I'm sorry, Mincha and Marv will be at 7, followed by Shiva at the Krinsky residence, 6550 North Central Park. That information, as well as other information regarding the family, is on our website. At this time, the rabbi will lead us in the traditional words of comfort as we form a shura facing each other towards the road. If I could ask those non-immediate, the rest of us, who's not over here facing each other,